Dr. Douglas.
Good afternoon, sir. Very good afternoon, Ramesh Sharmaji. Hope you
How
had
are
a
you?
wonderful day of celebrating Holi. I could
Yes, yes. Thank you so
colors,
much. Yeah.
the, a time of joy, happiness.
Is Chaitanya there today?
Uh, I think I'll just find out, sir.
Happy Holi, Arunaji, everyone. Please find because uh,
Thank you, Jay.
I was welcome. I was thinking of getting the host right, but there is someone else also as coordinator faculty.
Yes,
He
sir.
he is the host, so I cannot
You have,
pass.
I think, Suresh, I think it is Suresh, sir. I just asked him to give the
Yeah.
host. You.
Uh, See,
So,
the sequence, actually, it is not necessary to give it to me. Just first, the host right or the screen sharing right. Professor Shahida J. Salam. So,
Chaitanya, Amma, okay, okay. Okay, okay. సరే సార్ అదే అడుగుతారు అనుకోండి ఓకే సో అయితే రఘు సార్ దగ్గర ఉంది కదా అది ఓకే ఓకే అదే అడిగారు yes sir థ్యాంక్ యూ
hello, Rajiv. Good afternoon.
సార్
Hello, sir. Very good afternoon.
at present host rights are with Professor Raghubabu sir he'll be handing over that to you. That's what Chaitanya called me and just now told me.
Okay, okay. Because first, Professor Shahida Ji will
Yes,
present.
sir.
After that, Dr. Hamid, and
Okay, sir.
then Dr. Rajiv.
Welcome, Professor Shahida ji. Welcome to Andhra University. Welcome to this seminar, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for inviting me. And good afternoon, everyone from Pakistan, and I'm from Karachi.
Thank you.
I wanted to share this screen with slides, but I
Yeah.
think the laptop is not connecting the Zoom. If you allow me to join the Zoom meeting.
Yes. Just wait. I will. If Dr. Irshad is not there, then I will introduce you to our colleagues. And in the meantime, they will pass on the screen sharing rights to you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Just.
Professor Sharma ji already sent, and she is the host now.
No, I logged in using those, but perhaps you logged in prior to me. So the means I'm simply a participant. I don't have the hosting rights with me.
I have already made Saida ji as a host.
Okay, then it is good.
Yeah.
No, host is okay. And,
Abu Sayyida Nazari.
yeah, Abu Sayyid Nazari, who is having that. But you should see the name Professor Shahida Sajjad. Make that ID as host.
Okay, is this okay? I have connected from my cell phone, but I have opened my laptop as well, where I have a presentation of a few slides that I would like to share with the audience and people online. But if it's okay, I can read it from my own laptop, and I can share my this cell phone screen.
So this name Abu Sayyad Nazari is your laptop name? In that case, then you will be able to share the slides.
Okay, let me connect it. Yes.
Yeah, now you are host. So just give me one minute. So, Professor Raghu, I think let us start. Dr. Douglas.
Yes, sir. We'll start.
Okay. So, uh, friends, good afternoon
Good
and
afternoon, sir.
welcome again for the faculty development program. For the knowledge of Professor Shahida ji and Mr. Rajiv, um, I just want to tell that this is a faculty development program, and the university lecturers from various universities across the country, India, they are participating into it. They belong to different disciplines, and it is a 21-day program. It started on 11th of March. It will continue till 31st of March. Every day it is a 2 hours program. Initially we wanted to have it day long, but since the teaching and the examination they were going on, so we expanded it uh, more days, less hours, and in the afternoon hours, so that the faculty members, they they are teaching and examination work and other duties, they are not clashed with each other. So this is the focus of the workshop, is on how our teachers, they can use the online teaching learning tools technologies, because now during pandemic it's all online teaching learning going on. So we have been focusing on various aspects of online teaching learning, development of e-content, and that way the topics they have been selected from there. So friends, I'm very happy to have my three very good friends, Professor Dr. Shahida Sajjadji. She is currently the Vice Chancellor at Malir University of Science and Technology in Karachi, Pakistan. Then I have Dr. Hamid with me. He is from Iran, in central Tehran there. And then our dear friend, Mr. Rajiv Datta. He is a wonderful Wikipedia editor. And we all know that Wikipedia is the world's largest online encyclopedia. And whenever we make any Google search into it, there are highly likely chances that the top few results which will come out of Google, mostly they may be either Wikimedia or Wikipedia. So today we have three experts. I'm very pleased to introduce Professor Shahida ji first. She has worked in many senior positions in public and private sectors in the capacity of like Dean of Faculty Education at the University of Karachi, professor and chairperson for the Department of Special Education. Actually, special education is her specialty. She has done a lot of work, a lot of wonderful work, I must say, on special education. In fact, I was remembering that when I was director of distance education in British Guyana, means the Guyana as such, which is surrounded by Suriname, Brazil, and Venezuela there. During my tenure there, I requested Professor Fred Lockwood. He is very prominent figure, has worked at Open University of UK, and then Metro Manchester Metropolitan University. He and his wife came, and there we developed the special needs policy for the government of Guyana there. So I know this field is very, very interesting. And incidentally, I think today she is not able to join. One of my student, she is preparing an open educational resource course, an online course which will be released as OER on the gifted and slow learner students there. So I told her that do join the session and listen to Professor Shahidaji. So maybe she will be joining very soon. In addition to that, Professor Shahidaji, she has worked as faculty, as Dean of the Faculty of Education at Federal Urdu University of Art, Science and Technology, then Dean as Faculty of Social Sciences and Humanities at Greenwich University, which is very popular university. Then worked as Corporate Manager, Human Resource Development at Pakistan Services Limited, means which are the owner and operator of Pearl Continental Hotel chains. She has provided her expertise as consultant at the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Pakistan, and she has been a trainer and consultant for the Asian Development Bank, which is very high body. She has taken part in many international and national conferences, training programs, workshops, seminars in different countries. Means I will just name a few like Japan, China, Australia, Switzerland, USA, Italy, France, Spain, UK, Turkey, Bahrain, Hong Kong, Mauritius, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, India, and Singapore. So you can see that her experiences are, truly international and global. She has written many research papers, and she has authored some books, and the author of a chapter also in the Pressure International Handbook of Special Education, published by the publisher based in Santa Barbara, California, in the United States of America. So this is a brief profile, I must say, because her work, her achievement is, you know, I will take more than 1 hour to explain. So with this. Now, next, let me take the opportunity to welcome my very good friend, Dr. Hamid Azimi. Hello, Hamid. So he is, in fact, it was very strange that we met in Dehradun for the first time, where they had come for to take participate in a conference. He has done his PhD in education from University of Mysore, and then postgraduate diploma in higher education from Karnataka State Open University in India. And in addition to that, he has a postgraduate diploma in human resource management also. And his means master's degree is in education, especially education technology from Islamic Azad University in South Tehran branch of Iran. Currently, he is a faculty of education at Islamic Azad University in central Tehran there. And I also welcome our good friend, Mr. Rajiv Datta. Rajiv, I told you that he is basically as a software engineer. He deals with software development, and his sheer interest is in open practices, open resources. And he is leading a team of Wikipedia editors who guide the people that how to, because it is being open, it becomes very serious issue that anybody should not just put anything on the Wikipedia or Wikimedia. So a dedicated team of editors, they constantly work for quality check on that. So Rajiv work is related to that. We are going to listen to him very soon. So with these few words, I welcome all of you. Thank you so much for sparing your time and joining all of us here. Now, may I request Professor Shahida ji to enlighten us by her experiences there. And once again, Assalamu alaikum to you, and thank you so much. Kindly unmute yourself if you are from, yes, please.
Thank you so much. Thank you for such a nice introduction. And it's good to see you all, very learned professors and professionals around the globe. Can I share my screen? Let me.
Yes, please. I hope you have the rights now.
It's written that host disabled participant screen sharing. Okay, let me talk verbally. The topic brief that I'm going to share with you is about the online learning innovations and during COVID-19, and how will you convert the threats into opportunities. It was a very, my presentation, the points that I'm going to cover are the students' perception about the online teaching learning during this pandemic, which is still continuous, and of course the teachers' perception about the online teaching, some suggestions for teachers and strategies for online learning, and then free courses on online teachers who are learning through online, and the way forward for education institutions. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it okay?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay.
And Professor Raghu, if you are listening, I think I see there are two accounts in the name of Professor Shahida. One, she is using her mobile. I think that account made as host. If you can change that host to only Dr. Shahida, so she will be able to display her presentation. Otherwise, she is comfortable even verbally explaining, and that not issue. But I see there is another name, Dr. Shahida. Perhaps that is the computer name.
Yeah, the same.
If you can make it as the host, then she will be able to project the slides.
Yes, sir, I'm doing.
In the drop-down list, you will find Dr. Shahida only. Yes, please. Yeah, I think you can do it now.
Okay.
Pavan Tejaji, I see you have raised your hand. Can you type your answer into the chat box? Thank you.
Okay. It's okay? Are you sharing my slide?
Yet to come up.
It's fine?
Yes, please. Thank you so much.
Okay, so that was the title point, and that shows the topic of my presentation. It's online learning innovations during COVID-19 and converting threats into opportunities. This is the outline of my presentation. We have the students' perception about online teaching learning, the teacher's perception about online teaching, the suggestions for the teachers, the strategies for online learning, some courses that I'm going to mention for online teachers, and the way forward for Education Institute to conduct exam during this COVID situation. So I conducted very small scale research, and it was it was included a sample of 20 students and 10 teachers at the university level, and who were conducting the online classes, and the students who were attending the classes. It was an initial research, the same research I conducted again, but I could not find the difference in results. So actually, it's a very challenging for the country like Pakistan, which is not very much developed. And in Pakistan, the model which is very much popular is the hybrid learning model. And here the students learn through a mix of in-person and online activities. The challenges that generally we have, the electricity problem and the internet connectivity problem, and of course the device problem. These are the three main problems, and we all know that online learning is based on electricity, the internet connectivity, and of course we need some device to give online lectures. So these are general challenges. In the remote areas, in the city we don't have that much challenges, but in the remote areas, in the suburb areas, we have these challenges. The findings of my study says that most of the students, they said that we are missing a student-teacher interaction. That was something very, very natural. And of course, they said that they are missing peer tutoring to resolve daily learning issues. They also said that the teachers are giving them a lot of assignment, and we are busy whole day in online learning, then doing assignments at night. So we are we are facing a lot of stress, and we are not taking proper rest. They also said that the teachers are taking classes by using different apps like Zoom, Google Classroom, WhatsApp, Skype, etc. So there is no consistency. They have to switch over from one app to another app. The students also mentioned that they have the difficulty in understanding some of the concepts, which in fact, if they were taught, they were presented in physical classroom, then the teachers can elaborate easily and could clarify the concepts. The students also said that we have learned, that's the plus point, we have learned to enhance the immunity for better health and to survive. They also said that we are avoiding junk foods at home. And they said that we are now more punctual, because in classroom you might be late, but online, when you miss something, you miss something. One of the perspective of the students who are studying abroad, they said that it's a good opportunity for us to learn from home through online classes, especially those who were studying in China. They could not complete their education, like the PhD students. And they said we are allowed to take online classes, not only from the parent university from which we are enrolled with, but we are also allowed to take or to complete our courses from other universities. And it's a good opportunity for them to learn from other universities as well. So they were happy in that sense, that the host universities allowed them and give them the freedom to select the courses of their choices and within their particular ambit. When I asked questions to teachers about the challenges they are facing through online teaching, then they also said that they are also missing teacher-student interaction. That means this social perspective is missed by both the participants, that is the students as well as the teacher. The human interaction, we know it's very, very important for all of us. It's not only just to share the knowledge, it's also that we groom the students as well. Now the teachers, those who are teaching through online, they remember that the Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligence, which suggests that there are different ways of learning, and like students are visual learner, they are kinesthetic learner, they are auditory learner. So the students who learn better through self-study, while others learn better in groups. So the students who are learning best through independent study do better in relation to online education than those who prefer interpersonal education. The teachers said they are also missing the non-verbal communication because they don't get much feedback from the student. So they are not be able to understand whether the students are achieving or not. They said that there's no check and no physical, whether the student is physically present over there or not. Although sometimes they're allowed to check through their camera. But at younger stage, it might be possible the student may log in, and then the status shows that the student is logged in, but maybe the student is not physically there to learn. But the teacher also said that they cannot use energizers like in physical classroom, as they cannot control its effect while reading students' facial expressions. They also said that universities are taking care of the students, but they're not taking care of the teachers. and there is no proper training provided by the university or provided by the respective departments to conduct online classes. So they need the training, especially the training in the technology, because that was a certain situation. We all know nobody was prepared to face the pandemic. Initially, the universities were closed for a few months, but again, during that period, there was no opportunity for the teachers or for the university to contact teachers and to prepare them to take online classes. So since everything started abruptly, so and without any proper planning, so initially there was a chaos. There are certain suggestions for the teachers, those who are learning to teach online, that teaching online is not a completely different set of skills from teaching in persons. They have something common, whether you are learning teaching physically or online. But it does require knowledge of the techniques and best practices to get the job done. So with the right training, the educators should be able to comfortably bridge the distance between themselves and the students using the internet. And we have the website of Higher Education Commission of Pakistan, where there's a lot of assistance which was provided by the Higher Education Commission to teachers for conducting the online classes. So we have this opportunity. In the light of the coronavirus, companies such as Microsoft and Google have opened up the availability of their remote learning tools, and they are offering support for teachers and the students to help them use their resources. There are a number of students, personally I'm facing this problem, that they were completing their PhD and for that they were doing the thesis work, research work. So for the data collection, they are facing a lot of problems and the barriers. So I also, like the students who are studying in Mauritius, I'm their supervisor, so I suggest them to send their questionnaire through Google Form. And they got very good response through Google Forms, because it was not personally possible for them to visit each and every respondent. Now, to engage students and keep an eye on their progress from far, we can use the British Council and the BBC, bite size that offer interactive activities for students of all ages to keep their brains active while also testing their abilities. So teachers should equip themselves not only to teach the lessons, but they should also equip them to teach or to use the activities that can make their sessions more lively and more interactive. Teachers can also utilize Microsoft Forms and Google Forms to create their own quizzes and tests for students. This is also one of the opportunity for the teachers. And I've also shared that they can use videos for teachers online. There are certain websites, there are certain links, like the Twitter page on how to create engaging activities for a student using Google Apps. Besides that, I've shared some strategies for the teachers for making their online learning and teaching process more effective. Some of the strategies are shared. Number one is they should be ensured about the digital equity. I mean, every student should have the accessibility of the internet facility, and because in family, when there are more children, it is not possible for the parents to provide the laptop and of course the smartphone for each and every student, each and every child. So this is also one of the issue. And then for the practice, the teachers should train themselves and their students on the apps and technology tools. The teachers should provide clear expectation to the students and the parents that what is expected. I've seen that the children of junior classes, their parents have become more alert, more attentive, because if the student is not ready, is not mentally mature to learn through online, the parents have to take part to listen what the teacher is saying, so that later on they can coach, they can guide their child. teachers should also plan before beginning online classes how they are going to start it, and they have to make sure that they carry each and everything from their office to home so that they can share the notes and everything with their students. Teacher need to establish the daily schedules EDX and on Coursera, and that was really very amazing, I must say, the website, because different international universities I have mentioned over here, like the Howard University, the IBM, the Berkeley University, California University, they are all sharing their different courses through these links. And if you pay the fee, sometimes very nominal, you can get the certificate. But if you are not interested to get the certificate, like me, I was just interested to learn how they are offering the courses. So you can learn through your own pace without paying a single penny. So this is my personal experience before COVID. But the best thing that I have learned is that they are fully prepared. They have designed their assignment. They have designed their short videos. They have designed their short quizzes for the online learning. So that was the best way. If we can utilize those models in our day-to-day teaching, will be very much successful. These are also certain free courses for online teachers. I have mentioned some links over here, and teachers can get benefit from these online courses. The way forward for educational institutes, the most important difficulty, the major problem is that how to conduct online exams. Currently in Pakistan, the teachers are offering online exams by just we upload the question paper, we give a certain time limit to students. Sometimes we have a check through the camera, but mostly we don't have, and there is no surety whether the student are doing the answers by themselves, or they are taking the help of their colleagues or maybe the family members of their other fellows. So there is no control over the quality of the achievement through online exams. So by using artificial intelligence technology, we may make the exams online very much perfect, very much effective, and even for those students who are living far from the city. This is how remote proctoring. This is the method, that workflow of remote. First, the student or the candidate is supposed to log in for online exam. Then they have to show their IT card or whatever it could be. Then they after removing the showing the ID card, the system will allow them to access, and they may also use their photo for the identity. Then they have we have the proctors sitting at remote areas, and they can verify if the IT card and the candidate is the same who is appearing for the exam. Then we can have the screening activities, like we can have the invigilators who can control, who can check, who have a check and balance to see what the student is doing through online exams. And we have certain systems, like we have the camera which can monitor their activities. And this is how a brief about the live chat. The exam candidate can have a chat with the invigilator, and if the invigilator is some doubt, may ask questions to the candidate, and showing the surrounding through the chatting. The invigilator may also stop this program, like the online exam, if he has some doubt. He has the doubt about the cheating in the examination, and they can have the live streaming of the candidates. They can pause, they can resume examination session. So we may use this software if we are really have to rely on the online exams for a very long time. Unfortunately, we are thinking that it is something which has happened and which may stop immediately. And one day we'll all return back to the regular and the original activities and the original classroom and everything, and there will be no COVID situation. But God knows better what will happen in future. So we have to come out from that thinking. No doubt it's good to think good, but we have to be prepared for the worst as well. So I believe that we in the examination system should adopt certain strategies, certain artificial intelligence tool that can help us to understand how we can improve the examination online. And also our teachers will be more prepared for online teaching, and the students are happy. Most of the students, they are happy because they don't have to go to the university. And of course, there are barriers, there are problems teaching university, but there's a mixed type of response, both from the students, from the teacher. So this was just a small sharing of my findings with the help of research. And for the future direction, I must say that there are people who bring changes, and there are people who observe changes, and there are also people who will say that and what the hell is going on. So let us decide what type of people we want to be, whether we want to bring the changes, we just want to observe, or we just want to be suspicious what's going on around us. So this is all from my end. And I must say thank you very much for your listening. And if you have any question, I don't know whether it's allowed right now or maybe at the end of the session. Thank you very much, the organizers, for inviting me over here. Thank you very much.
Wonderful, Professor Shahida ji. Thank you so much. And I see now our dear friend Dr. Irshad Hussain has also joined. So Irshad ji, prakat hoiye jara. And Professor Shahida, there are some very, very interesting things you have told. In fact, you will feel glad that, this slide, that one, that on examination. Yesterday and day before yesterday, we had a session here on online assessment. And it is very interesting to see that how you have promoted online examinations, because this is a very, crucial issue of about students cheating into the examination, how to control them, and how to maintain the sanctity of the online examinations, etc. That is very, very, very important. So I'm so happy that you have discussed this point and shared your experience. Maybe
Okay.
I request Dr. Irshad to Irshad bhai, Assalamu alaikum. And
Walaikum assalam, Ramesh bhai, how are you?
yes, we are good. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. So I did join late because of the poor connectivity of the internet. But anyway, thanks God I am here with you and the other colleagues.
Yes, you are very welcome. So friends, if
Thank
you have any questions or if you want to share some observation with the Professor Shahida ji, uh, uh, you can type into the chat box. And may I request Professor Raghu and Professor Douglas? Okay, Professor Mohan, namaste. How are you?
Fine. Hello.
Yes, we can. You have to speak a little louder. Your voice is coming.
So I made Dr. Hamid as a host, sir, to share his
And
screen.
I see Professor Mohan as okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yes,
I'm very
yes.
happy to introduce our good friends, Professor Shahida ji. She is Vice Chancellor at Malid Institute of University of Science and Technology. And we have Dr. Hamid Azimi from Iran, and Mr. Rajiv Datta. He is a very senior Wikipedia person and a software developer among us as the keynote speakers for our today's session. So I won't speak more now. I want to hear from you. Thank you so much.
So thank you, Professor Krishna Mohan, sir, our beloved visitor, to join in this particular 21 days FD program on 19th day, about 3 days ahead to conduct the valedictory function. So I request Dr. Krishnamohan, beloved Registrar, Andhra University, to share.
Yeah. Raghu, you are not audible.
No, we can hear you, Professor
Now,
Mohan,
sir?
and
Now?
yeah, we can hear.
Now I am able to hear you.
Yes, I have pleasure in inviting our beloved Registrar, Professor Krishnamohan Garu, Registrar, Andhra University, to say a few words on this occasion.
Yeah, it means in the honor of.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Did not catch, the Vice Chancellor name. I'm sorry to
No, sir, it is there in the brochure.
The name.
Professor Shahida,
Okay.
Professor Shahida Sajjadji. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity given. I am so glad that the program is going on very well, and the most experts from all over the world are connected as resource persons. I am glad to take note that today you have organized the program with the help of one Vice Chancellor, Shahid, and I am so glad all the delegates and the participants are immensely gained, I believe. And this is very much required, as you know, in a pandemic situation. She's changed mode of teaching, and the teachers need to be well versed with the. And in this context, this is going to be a wonderful contribution in empowering teachers, and especially from those learned teachers. I know a Vice Chancellor addressing our participants is really very convincing for sparing her valuable time and also interacting with our participants on the occasion. And I'm so glad that organizers are taking utmost care in connecting the best people who can deliver the expectations of all the participants. And I believe that this session went on very well. And I'm so glad for sparing the valuable time and taking keen interest in updating, upgrading abilities of our teachers. Thereby, their contribution will go a long way. And learning, as all of you know, is a continuous phenomena. Especially a teacher need to be lifetime learner, and it is updating subject knowledge is one aspect, and delivering in a pandemic situation like this, employing ICT tools and also the best technologies that are available, different platforms, how they can be used, and the teachers can be updated in making use of various options that are available so as to deliver effectively the lectures to their students is really very convincing. I take the opportunity and also the privilege of thanking profusely on behalf of Andhra University for having spared the resource persons their valuable time and also sharing their expertise with the participants in equipping them with the most modern trends of teaching with the help of ICT tools. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity given. I wish all a very happy learning, productive learning, and a useful learning.
Thank you very much, Professor Krishnamohan, sir, for your interest and also the message to all our participants.
My special thanks to Vice Chancellor Madam. And, these days, I think probably most of the Vice Chancellors are busy in academic administration. Still, this Vice Chancellor is so good that she is able to share her thoughts with the participants.
She gave a crystal clear presentation in most pragmatic and practical approach, sir.
Yeah, I have seen the PPT.
Yeah.
The last PPT I have seen. Anyhow, I have been there right from beginning. If you informed me earlier, I am preoccupied elsewhere. So I'm sorry I could not, stay long. And I also thank Raghu Babu for bringing the best people in connecting the participants for improving the quality of teaching, making teachers effective learners.
This
So
is
that
all because of Professor
up to
Asri
date.
Sharma Garu from Ambedkar University, Delhi, sir. He is
Oh.
instrumental. He is instrumental because he is.
Yeah, I have seen him. I have seen him on the inaugural day, and
Yeah.
therefore
Yeah.
immediately on screen when I saw him, I recognized.
Yes,
And
sir.
I'm so glad that they are also active like you, right?
Yeah.
And collaborate so as to conquer his management approach. I believe always synergy is going to work out between Dr. B.R. Ambedkar University, Delhi, and Andhra University, Visakhapatnam.
So nice of you, sir, for joining and for your wonderful message.
Yes,
I take it is a privilege to invite Madam Vice Chancellor. Is there, sir?
yeah,
Yes.
Professor Shahida.
Shahida.
Hey, Madam Shahida, please speak.
Ji?
Please talk.
It's a
What you want to say?
wonderful message, madam, from Vice Chancellor's desk. It is a wonderful message, most practical and pragmatic approach.
Thank you.
You have covered everything, including how to cope up with the current challenges,
Mhm.
how to learn to lead the system.
Okay. I've given just practical suggestions, and because the country like us, which is the developing country, we don't have much resources. That within the limited resources, how can we cope with this situation, and how can we still make the learning more effective for the teachers?
Yes, madam. Yes. In our country also, the rural component of tribal area and rural area where the network facilities are not available, we are facing the similar type of problems, madam. Organizing, conducting examinations, and reaching the rural part of Indian students.
Yes, so okay, thank you so much, Krishna Mohan Garuji. Thank you so much that you came and joined us and welcomed Professor Shahida Sajjad Vice Chancellor. And credit goes to Irshad Bhai that at such a, he requested her on my behalf. I was telling him that I have heard Professor Shahida previously, and it is my request that if she can join us again, it will be great. So my thanks, heartfelt thanks to you, and inshallah we will meet again on some another opportunity. And Professor Shahidaji, means there are no words for us to thank you for your wonderful insights to us. On behalf of all the participants, I thank you so much.
रमेश भाई, इस वक्त हम 9 लोग इस्लामी यूनिवर्सिटी बहावलपुर से
Oh, wow.
इस वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस में शामिल हैं
Very
और
good.
आप सबको सुन रहे हैं हम मेरे लैपटॉप से और देख भी रहे हैं। तो सबकी तरफ से आपको बहुत बहुत मुबारक हो इस कामयाब इवेंट पे और हम तमाम कलीग्स आपकी फर्दर कामयाबी के लिए दुआ गो हैं।
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You are most welcome to stay. Now, Dr. Hamid Azimi from Iran, he will share his experiences. So, if you are not engaged in some other work, then you are most welcome to continue with us. So,
We are with you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, friends, now my another good friend, Dr. Hamid. I told you that we met some years ago in a conference. I was there. I had gone in Dehradun. I had gone there as the keynote speaker, and they were also there. He and another good friend, Dr. Raji, they both were there, and it was, just we started talking to each other, and we felt that it was not our first time to meet. Means it looked like we have been knowing each other for a long time. It was such a bond established immediately. And since then, we have been in touch. And it is wonderful to listen now to Dr. Hamid about his experiences, because you may be knowing that Iran is in a very peculiar, position due to its various factors of social, political, technological, financial, economic conditions, etc. So, Dr. Hamid, thank you so much, and over to you. I think you will be able to share your screen. Otherwise, let me know. I have your PPT.
Yes, do you hear me, sir?
Yes, you are quite clear.
Good, good. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. And thank you so much for accepting me and having me for this valuable 3 weeks program. And thanks for Professor Sharma. Actually, Professor Sharma was not my guide for my PhD, but really I learned many from him very much. So for so many years, and I India is my second home. I love India, its people, its culture, and its educational system also. So let me I share my screen if I could. Everybody can see my PPT at this moment, or
No,
yes
it is
or
the
no?
screen. You please open the PPT. We can see the screen, but PPT is not. Either you select from the window, the presentation one, or select entire screen.
Just a moment, please.
You may need to the window which is left to pause share, because this is the participant list.
Okay.
Click on new share. Click on new share at the bottom next to the
Yes,
participants.
I clicked it. Yeah, I
And
clicked
then
it.
it will show you some windows. In that, select the window in which the presentation is there.
Actually, I cannot see. That's just it. Share your screen. I see it. Yeah, yeah. I found it.
Yes, wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So you can see. Yeah, you can see my screen, sir.
Yes, now it is visible.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you for helping me. For like all the time you help me in learning technology. Now at the moment, yes. Thank you so much. Uh, hello again for dear participants. I'm Hamid from Iran. I have experience in teaching and educational technology. Our country, Iran, was the third country which pandemic corona has came to our country, and we had so many problems from actually 1 year back. And I will show you some figure and facts about the pandemic situation and also education system in our country. Maybe you know my country, Iran, is your neighbor. After Pakistan, we have Iran, and our capital is Tehran, and our main religion is Islam. We are the 17th country in the area. Our official language in our country is Persian, but we have also other languages like Azerbaijani, Kurdish, Arabic. I myself is a Turkish person. My mother tongue is Turkish with Azerbaijani accent. By the way, my country population is about 82 million people. If we consider some of the Madhya Pradesh and Uttarakhand state of the India, they will be equal to Iranian population. We are just very small in comparison with the Indian population. our country and India has very relative friendship, politically, economically, and culturally. We have very good relation with your country. In my country, we have actually two kinds of main system, education system. First one is actually general education, and second is higher education. We have 93% of our people are actually literacy rated is 93% in our country. We have 14 million students and about 8 million primary students with 110,000 schools and 870,000 teachers. Our education system is organized and supervised by two ministries. The Ministry of Science and Technology is the responsible for all educational higher system, and also we have the Health and Medical Education System Ministry, which actually is responsible for conducting and controlling and monitoring the medical hospitals and medical education, actually colleges and universities. We have more than 3 million students and 2,570 higher educational systems. If we consider the internet access and usage in Iran, when actually compare internet access comparing with Iran and India, we have maybe 10 years we are back from the India. The speed which I have used in these days in Iran is equal with the speed with when I was a student in India 10 years back. So we have maybe difference between speed and access to the internet compared to two countries. About the social media, the main social media in our country is WhatsApp, and then we have Telegram. And then we use Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn. And because of some sanctions, we don't have any actually YouTube or some databases which, because of the US sanction and some limitation from the government, we don't access for some of these. For example, we don't have YouTube, but instead of that, we have Apparat. Apparat is a actually platform for sharing the videos, educational videos or entertainment videos. But there is an interesting thing in my country is that we use social media sometimes for as a platform for e-learning. For example, we use WhatsApp in most of the classes as a second platform. We have, for example, Adobe Connect or Moodle as a platform for e-learning. But at the same time, we use WhatsApp and Telegram for the second, tool for grouping the students and sharing the content, sharing the links, and so on. At the national level, so we have many platforms made by universities like University of Sharif, University of Tehran, or Payam Nur University, which is the nomination of the distance learning in our country. Also, in my own university, Islamic Azad University, we have eCampus, which we use that system to sharing our content, organizing and conducting the classes. And also for the general education, we have a platform, it's named SHAD. It's used by students and teachers in the schools and also their parents. Totally, our education system in Iran divided to four parts. The first one is primary and secondary education. Second is higher education. The third one is TVET, which is for private sector, for companies, for manufacturers, chamber of commerce, and all the private sector use this system, technical and vocational education and training system. And also we have staff training and development, which belong to the government, and all the governmental employees use this system for their development and for the professional usage. As I said earlier, our higher education system is organized by two ministries. We have Ministry of Education and we have Medical Ministry. But itself of the higher education in Iran, we have two kinds of bodies: universities and research institutes. For university, we have a comprehensive university, specialized university, applied sciences university, distance learning, medical. And at the other side, we have research institutes, which we have more than 49 research institutes, which in India, I think they are very professional in research institutes like RIE or some divided institutes which are in different parts of the India. For the stages of higher education in Iran, we have four levels of the education system in our country, which the first level is associate degree. It's usually 2 years. After completing this degree, graduated go to the market, they go to the factories, go to the service sector, and they began to work. The second stage is the university level first, which bachelor degree. Usually it is 4 years. And the third one is master degree, which is 2 years. As I remember, in India, usually the master degree was 1 year, but in our country it is 2 year, 4 semester. And the final is the PhD level or doctorate level, which is 4 years or sometimes more. There's some fact and figures about the university students, which I will share this data later, but I want to come back to the main topic, which was the coronavirus and pandemic. As I said, Iran was the third country which we had very problem in our country, political problem, economic problem, sanctions, and Donald Trump, and finally this coronavirus came to our country, and now we have, unfortunately, more than 62,000 people.
Dr. Hamid.
Yes, sir.
I think we see only the home slide. Yes. Now
Yes,
it is
this
changed.
No, it is changed. Yeah, sorry.
Yes, it is changed now to the virus. Okay, please go ahead.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah. As you see, based on the researchers on the coronavirus pandemic, public transportation is the most, possible situation which people can affected by each other and have coronavirus from each other. Then the schools and the university also has some small percentage, and so social distance is the only way to we have save each other. Because of that, after the pandemic began in our country, actually for 2 weeks, all total the country shut down, and every places, every schools, universities closed. And after that, step by step, we learned how to save each other and how to behavior with the pandemic, especially in education context. So after the COVID-19 pandemic, most beneficiary problem with this situation, families, students, faculty members, university, and at the high level, the government had very affected by this pandemic. For the faculty members and teachers, they have some problems, and some, of course, at the same time they have problems, they have some opportunities to behave with this new situation. It was the improving their portfolio, educational portfolio, bringing and adding the e-learning and virtual event in their classes and their semesters. And also the role of the policymakers, principles of the universities change to the policymakers and programs for with the new situations. And also, we have very good experience in our country, which I mentioned in the following slides. But some it was these guidelines which prepared based on the successful stories and practices. Some guidelines provided by the Ministry of Education, and they divided between the universities to share their successful stories. And faculty members wrote some kind, we see that it changed. For example, we have increasing the creativity of faculties in teaching learning processes, or the experience in emergency situations, and also they're increasing in their accountability. For example, in my own case, we had some students that some of their families had died because of the coronavirus, or unemployment of the parents, or even unemployment of the some students in their job. So the role of the teachers and role of the faculty members this time should change, and they have some active role. Also, we have some problems in the traditional boundaries between the faculty and students, which become more flexible and fluid. By the use of the social media, teachers and faculty members could help person by person to the students to solve their problems. And also for the students, we have some impact from the coronavirus. For example, socialization disorder or cheating in online exam, which was very big problem in my country. As you see in this photo, these students are gathering in the pandemic days. Unfortunately, they are cheating each other for the exam. We suppose they will be in their home, and they use their own laptop, their own computer and mobile to participate in exam, but they gather together in a park and cheating each other and participating in the examination, which we had a very big problem in our country. And also for the parents, we have some problems, or of course some opportunities in this new situation. Perception of the parents has changed somehow in school and university level. They see their children how to participate in class. They are active or they are passive, or we have one big problem in the families, which the lack of the PC and internet access. For example, in a house we have only one PC, but at the same time 2 or 3 children want to participate in class. They don't have access to the hardware, and to use one PC for the 3 person, it's difficult. So we had some problems like this, and also in internet bandwidth. So we had some problems, which I will mention in next slides. And then we have some challenging in the higher education system as a ministry or university level. In university level, some servers of the university should be strengthened and to cover the many students. For example, at the same time, maybe there are more than one class and thousands of students want to participate in classes, and server problem in the university. Maybe it is possible to happen. So it's one point we should think about that. And for the big size classes, we have some problem, lack of traction. And also for the practical classes, for workshop and laboratory classes, it is not a good way to conduct class by virtually. It should be face-to-face. The students should be in a laboratory or workshop and work on a project. So e-learning classes has some lack in to be successfully. And also access to the libraries, databases. We have also this challenge in our university also. And for some teachers, some faculties, they don't have previously prepared e-contents. They usually introduce 2 or 3 books or they themselves book, and they don't have any prepared e-content, which was a challenging point in the university level. And also for the supervising of the performance of faculties, we have this problem. Previously, some people from the university come to visit and be in the class and monitor the situation and the performance of the faculty. But in this kind, it is somehow difficult for online classes, actually. At the country level, we had 3 risk level of the pandemic. The first level was the white. Some cities are in white. They have no pandemic. They are normal, and so their classes conduct face to face. The second level is the cities which are in yellow level. Some people affected by the pandemic, so mostly classes are conducted by blended learning approach. And in some cities, we have the very dangerous situation, which we conduct classes through online classes only. There is no any face-to-face participation, and the 100% of the classes are the online class. We have very good experience by the educational technologists of Iran. It was the designing an emergency toolkit. More than 12 of people of the Iranian educational technologists prepaid the package for the faculty members, for the teachers, how to manage their classes, how to communicate with their students, how to design content, and designing some classroom activities, and also assessment, and introducing some tools and platforms, and introducing some useful instructional videos and also checklists. So we have this package and shared this package in all over the country among the teachers, faculties, universities. This is in Farsi language, but very useful for the teachers, especially for the school teachers. They can read it and use it as a good practice. It's very some pages, not more. It's less than a book, actually, maybe less than 100 pages, but very useful package for the teachers and faculty members, which I think it was a very good, successful uh, experience for our country in the educational context. And this was all. This was all of my actually presentation. Sorry for taking time. Hopefully, it was useful for participants. I'm ready for any question or any comment from you.
Oh, wonderful, Dr. Hamid. Thank you so much. It was very interesting actually to listen because, you know, to know about that, what is happening in our neighboring countries, it's really fascinating. Normally, we do not get to hear about these stories on what is happening in our neighborhood. So it's great. Thank you so much for sharing your
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
insights. Friends, if you have any questions for Dr. Hamid, he will be very pleased to respond to those. You can type them into the chat box. Okay. Okay, then may I request Professor Raghu or Dr. Douglas to welcome and thank Dr. Hamid. Hamid, you can stop screen sharing.
Yes, sure.
Dr. Hamid, it's an excellent information with facts and figures. He has informed everything regarding the present scenario of your country, and it is well mentioned and well said. Thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hamid, I will be talking to you separately, but I have already sent a message to my friends in Turkey. Professor Gulshun and her team, the research scholars, they have been presenting in the beginning of this workshop. So I immediately told them, and I'm not sure whether if they are somebody has joined this session. I told them that, look, Dr. Hamid is speaking now, come fast. So they are from Anadolu University in Turkey. And I'm adding to you our, we have a Indo-Turkish group there. So
yeah,
I'll add you into, they will be very glad.
We are a Turkish minority in India.
Wonderful, that's good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Very nice of you to have joined us. So please take care, stay safe, and bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, and especially thanks for the organizer. Thank you.
We request you, if you have time, if you are not engaged with some other activity, then kindly you stay, because another interesting session is coming up with Mr. Rajiv. Friends, I told you about Rajiv, that he is a good friend. In fact, we met few years ago. It was in Christ College, Bangalore, where I had gone there to talk to our young Wikimedians editors in the conference. And I was fortunate enough to request Dr. Wayne McIntosh Wayne McIntosh is the person who founded and created Wiki Educator. So you have like Wikimedia, Wikipedia, Wiki Pages, like that. So Wiki Educator is also another platform for the educators, for the teachers. And he is in New Zealand, and we could connect. In fact, you see today now from the western part of Pakistan and Iran, completely in the west, and we are jumping now to the east. I think Rajiv, you are in Kolkata right now. Yes. So I won't take more time. I'm eagerly waiting for your session. Kindly go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. A very good afternoon to everyone here. I'm Rajiv Datta from Kolkata, India, as Dr. Ramesh sir has said. I'm from the eastern part of India. As often we said, the sweetest part of India, as we like sweets here in Kolkata. And definitely I'd like to share some of them. If you're in Kolkata anytime, just let me know. Regards to my short introduction, first of all, I'd like to thank the organizers, Ambedkar College, University, and the university, and Dr. Ramesh sir for inviting me and honoring me to be a part of this highly privileged delegates from all over the world. Basically, I am here today to speak more about Wikipedia. Uh, Actually, I joined Wikipedia as a volunteer editor almost more than 4 years back, if I recall correctly. And I have more than around 20,000 edits to my recall. And I have been from participant to organizer to a mentor. And I'm really fortunate to have included more Wikipedians to the Wikimedia community. Now, definitely, I'd like to share my screen to go ahead with my slides. Before that, I'd just like to give a small brief about Wikipedia and its
Yes. You
formation
are
and how it
host.
can.
You are host now. You will be able to share.
Yes, sir. Hopefully, my screen is now seen by
Yeah, coming
everyone.
up. It is coming up. Yes, we can see Wikipedia is and the future of.
Yes, sir. So here is my topic for today's presentation, though there are a lot of things to say about Wikipedia and the Wikimedia projects. So today my presentation will be titled as Wikipedia is and the future of open educational resource. I'd like to go ahead and tell more about it to my next slide. Hopefully it's visible to everyone. So Wikipedia actually was born in 2001. So as Ramesh sir and everyone, most of them know that we just completed the 20 years of Wikipedia's birthday on 15th of January this year. So Wikipedia has come across 20 years giving out free open license educational information knowledge. And nowadays, whenever you're looking for information on Google, Google directly connects to any Wikipedia page or any informations there on any Wikimedia projects or any sister projects, because I like to tell more about the other sister projects of Wikimedia Foundation. Wikimedia Foundation is a non-profit organization that runs all the sister projects, and their brand and the well-known famous name is Wikipedia. So as you know that Wikipedia, as I said, is a free open license, so anyone can use it, reuse it, share it, edit it. So that's fascinated me to join this as a volunteer, because when I was using Wikipedia maybe 10 to 15 years back as informations, because being an educator, I also teaches a lot of information in regards to Wikipedia, and I share them with my students. But I never thought that I can also edit or write something on Wikipedia and add my knowledge to that. because I thought it was just been written by Western arts, Western educators, but never thought that even Eastern continents, Asian continents can also participate. So actually, when I came to know that anyone can participate and anyone can edit, I started working more on it and bringing more people into the community. We have a huge community, resides every country. Even as my other two co-presenters, like Pakistan, we have editors in Pakistan, we have editors in Iran as well. I'm going to tell more about them as well. Now, as I said, anyone and everyone can access. That means Wikipedia is such a website that can be accessed for free of cost from anywhere and anywhere. And as you know that Wikipedia has no ads, it doesn't give any ads or doesn't collect any information in regards to selling of personal data. And why I say so, because Wikipedia is accessible and it's free for everyone. Now, as I was talking about Wikipedia's sister projects, there are mainly 12 sister projects, though it's just increased to 14 to be correct. Now, the first one which I like to tell about is Commons. I will try to show something about Commons on the website of itself. Let's see how it comes up. Yes. This is the Wikimedia Commons homepage that should come up in a few seconds. Hope my internet works well today. Ramesh sir, is everything visible to your end?
Right now, this monument page is there, and it looks like the I think now the main page will come.
Okay. I hope it comes. So basically, actually, Wikimedia Commons, I'll just go back to my page once again and go ahead. So as I was talking about the sister project, so I will just give a brief information about Wikimedia Commons. It's actually a repository, an archive, where there are images, photographs, as often said, videos, audios, all stored in one place, and it can be stored or uploaded by anyone from anywhere in the world. So actually, Wikimedia Commons give an access to different photographs used for students, used by students, professionals, teachers, lawyers, anyone can use it. And depending upon the copyrights, there are different copyrights that are given to different of the photographs, but mostly they are kept for reuse. Some of them are also been given free for commercial use as well. So Commons actually gives the chance for people to have more and more access to different photographs. And I've been also using more of them, and I've also shared at the same time. So I'm also a contributor in Commons, as well as I use Commons photographs as well. The second one is the Wiki Books, which is more or less an online version of books that we often read, that is a physical item. So Wiki Books are books which are written by contributors from all around the world on online media nowadays, because we can talk about the Amazon Kindle, or you name any handheld device where we use nowadays regards to books. So Wikibooks is just a format by which you can read books on the internet. The third is the Wikiquote, is actually a place, again a repository, where we have different quotations from famous people all around the world. So it's a collection of Wikiquotes. So anyone can, anyone can come and contribute if they find any quotes not accessible or it's not there on Wikiquote project. So anyone can come and contribute them as well. The fourth is more or less related to today's session, as we have more educators here. It's a Wikiversity. It's just a varsity, just like a varsity that we have a physical interest. Here it's more on online, where again we have resources for educational purposes, where educators from around the world comes and contributes. The fifth one is the Media Wiki. MediaWiki is actually a platform for softwares, for coders, who actually makes the Wikipedia run for us. So MediaWiki actually is a software which is used as a platform by Wikipedia and its sister projects to make the things looks good in front of us. The next is Wikidata, which I'm also one of the biggest contributors in my domain. Wikidata actually is a place which connects all the different sister projects in one place. It's a one word actually. It's a labeling, a unique information given to a particular one word that connects to the entire other sister projects. I'll try to throw some light on it. If I get the internet back, let me check if pages are coming or not. I think it's still not coming up.
Yeah, try refreshing that page. Normally it loads up
Yes, sir.
quickly.
I'm trying to do that. Not an issue, sir. I will continue with my presentation, and I will share all the links for all the participants. And definitely, I will be contactable. I will give all my contact details. And definitely, I'm looking forward for future presentations if I'm honored and invited to my presentation once again. So as I was talking about all the sister project gets connected, and he or she automatically connects to all the sister projects. The seventh is the wiki source is again a version. Sir, am I audible?
Yes, please.
Yes. So, sir, next is wiki source is again a version, a project which I hardly contributes due to my inability to work with a long time with my eyes. I have some problem with that. So Wikisource actually is a project where we scan the rare found books. So and put it as a PDF file on this particular Wikisource project. And I like to share that India is among the leaders of these projects. If I talk about Wikisource in terms of internationally, and even from Bengal, from Kolkata, where we are one of the leaders in Wikisource in the Bengali language, where we have covered a huge number of books to be present online. And again, it's free. Anyone can view it, read it, download it for their use. The next is the Wikivoyage, which again, I am also a contributor. Wikivoyage is actually a travel guidance, a travel guide. Again, Google always, if you look for any kind of place you want to visit, Kolkata, for example, you go to wikivoyage.org, that's the website, and automatically you put Kolkata as the search engine, and you see a lot of information about Kolkata, about the place, the food, the transport facilities, the language spoken, the people. So Wikivoyage actually gives you information in regards to a particular place all around the world. Though mostly as of now, you'll find more informations in English, though we are working on with several volunteers all around the world, working on different languages as well. But English is the main language, so you get information that has to be informations about all the places all the world in Wikivoyage. The next is the number 9 project, that's MetaWiki. MetaWiki is a particular project where we all volunteers, coordinate, we speak about our projects, we post about our projects, what exactly are doing, and we tell a participant to participate on this particular. So it's actually a project where everyone comes and say about their projects, uh, promote their projects. So that is MetaWiki. The next is Wiki News, which I was once like to be a very good contributor, but again, it's as you know, the word is news. That you need to be really updated about the news. So it's a news channel. Again, it's more or less present in English, but we have other languages as well. But prominently, it is much more have information about English. So again, if you go to Wiki News, you will get the latest news happening all around the world. And so we have Wiki News reporters who is reporting and posting different news, updating 24 hours around the clock. Next is the Wiki Species. It's actually a project which deals with species, from plants to animals to different insects. You name and you get it on Wiki Species. The 12th is the Wiktionary. As you know, the word, if you see the last syllable of part of the word Wiktionary, that sounds like dictionary, and actually it's a dictionary, it's an online dictionary, where again, anyone can contribute in their own language. It can be English, it can be Bengali, it can be Hindi, it can be Arabic, any languages, and we have huge number of words, and we are updating day by day. As you know, Wikipedia, all the projects that I have mentioned so far are run by volunteers all around the world. We doesn't get paid for anything we do, but we love to do it because we share knowledge and we gather knowledge. Thank you. I'm moving on to my next slide. I'll talk more about Wikipedia. That's the biggest and the most famous project of Wikimedia Foundation. So the foundation name is Wikimedia, but Wikipedia is much more known to people. Wikipedia is the only place where educators and students edit, learn, and share. So actually, it's a place where anyone can come and edit. Sir, can you see some messages coming up? Because let me check some messages. Is there any questions coming up?
The people are thanking you for the good presentation.
Okay. So because I can't see when I'm presenting, so
no, it's okay.
And let me know if any questions comes up.
And once you are over with your slides, and if your page is not opening, I can go to the web page, and you can just keep me telling. Okay?
Yes, sir. I will do that. I will try to do that. And for everyone who are still with us, it's almost 2 hours. Thank you for being with us. And definitely, we will like to have a question round. I have said about sir before about that. So definitely, please stay with us. And because I'm going to give you more informations, which maybe is not known to you, but please be there until the end of my presentation. Thank you. The next is I'm talking about a project, which is a sub-project. It's called Open Text Book, which actually was done by an educator in Bishop University in 2014, Dr. David Webster. Now, Dr. Webster actually thought of working on Wikipedia in classroom. That is, he started the Wikipedia classroom assignments for his students, mostly started with his history students, which I recall. So it's actually a project where he told his students to write about articles and which can later be published on Wikipedia. So here comes how we can use Wikipedia in classrooms, though like all the educators know here in today's session that students do use information from Wikipedia on their projects or on the homework or whatever they do. Even I do it when I was in my university. So to make it more attractive and interactive, we started working on making Wikipedia in classroom. And we already started a big project in Philippines already, where we are training teachers, professors, university professors. We are speaking with universities where we can make Wikipedia in classroom available for students. Already, I was very fortunate to be in Israel for a Wikipedia conference where I met Shani, one of our Wikipedian. She's also one of the board member at this moment for Wikimedia Foundation. She's a professor there in Tel Aviv University, where she has introduced Wikipedia as a credit score, as a subjects in his university, and by that she's teaching her students how to write Wikipedia and how to work on Wikipedia, and if they work on it, they'll get credits on their assignments as well. So Dr. David started this revolution, and by 2016, within 2 years of time, he able to get 20 articles compiled into an open textbook that he said is there in one place, global educational resource, because he doesn't want to limit his education or the students' collective work in one place. So he wanted to be there on Wikipedia so that anyone can access and can work on it. I'm moving to the next slide. I'll have talked about another project. It's a sub-project within the Wikipedia education project. It's called Wiki Junior. That's changing the scenario of books for children. So as I said about the Wiki Books, so Wiki Junior is a part of the Wiki Books project actually, where we thought of working on books which can attract more children, because the project was started that there was no Kindle, there was no option for books. So to make children more attracted towards the digital version, so we started working with educators, publishers, and writers to write books on children. The project is called Wiki Junior. And I've just given a bit information about that. It started on 7 November 2004, so that's around almost 17 years back. It's 16 years back. Original free book for children, so anyone can download it and use it. Written by contributors, and it's available in 17 languages. I've given a photo of that. So Wiki Books, it's as I said, Wiki Books is the name of the website, but if you go to Wiki Junior, you can get more information about it. We have books for science, we have books for any subjects for children use. Even we have poetry books as well. So please go ahead and check this fantastic website. My next is, as I was listening to my two previous presenters, educators, where Dr. Hamid Mohammed was saying more about the inability of working for online. Even Dr. Saida Sajjad has also said about incapacity or getting online facilities, or maybe it's expensive in their countries, or there's less connectivity issues. That's happened more or less in India, but now more or less India is connected with a lot of internet connectivity. So Wikimedia Foundation thought of working on this, that how we can get more people, where we can reach out to remote places where there is no internet. So here comes a project called Kiwis. How Kiwis project bringing education to remote places. I'll tell you more on this. So we actually manufactured a device which can work as a Wi-Fi hotspot. And this device also comes with a storage capacity where we can feed any information into the storage capacity through a laptop or through a desktop computer. And that Wi-Fi hotspot will enable around 32 users at a time when they get connected in a remote place or a remote school at any part of India. Though it's been you need to buy this device. It comes around, if I recall, it's around $30. And there's one company in India who's working on it. And we also have options to working with devices for NGOs who doesn't charge anything. So this particular device will make, as is mentioned, Kiwi is a free and open source offline web browser. It doesn't connect the internet. The device itself is a Wi-Fi hotspot. So it gives connectivity to 32 users, and it gives the ability for children or students who are at remote places to get education through Wikipedia. So the school or the authority there can tell us what kind of educational resource they want, so we can feed that information into these devices and we can ship them to these devices to their places. And it's working very well in remote places in Africa, in Asia, in Bangladesh, in India as well. Please go ahead to the internet and look about it. And I've given the link as well. I will share the links in a separate as well. The next thing I want to talk about, as I said, I was looking about Wikimedia Commons, the powerhouse of hidden treasure for education. The reason is that we have a huge collection that is publicly domain freely licensed media contents. And nowadays we're working on video contents as well. So it has, you can see, it's instant access of 5,000 media files under free license. And just like to update one thing, I'll again try to open up my internet. Let's see if I'm able to get, just to, if Mr. Hamid Mohammed sir is there with us, I want to show him something. Hopefully he will like it. Actually, we are, every year we run a competition called Wiki Loves Monuments all across the world every year. And this year, we have a huge number of participants from all the world. We have 230,000 images was there for the contest. We have 7,700 participants from all the world. And Iran was the country from where a participant won the first prize. I'm trying to open up that page for you for the particular image.
Oh, that is a wonderful news. So,
and I'll have to say more about it. That I was really privileged and honored that I was one of the jury members of the international contest.
Fantastic. That's great. We are happy with your achievement.
From India.
So Dr. Hamid will be feeling very happy.
The page because we have 3 nominations for and
Rajiv, I can
Iran photograph.
Sorry, I was saying if the page is taking time, maybe I can share.
Were at the top 10 of the world winners 2 weeks back. I'm trying to open up the. I'll just put this on the chat from his end.
Dr. Ranjani has a question that anybody can write on Wikipedia, so whether it is reliable information or not.
Yes, I will definitely get back to that. Definitely, it's not her question. Actually, it's a question for a lot of educators around the world, and definitely I'd like to go ahead with it. Sir, will I answer the question now, or will I answer after the end of my presentation?
Yeah, please finish first, and then we will take questions of everyone.
Okay, and sir, I've just sent you the link. If you can open it up from your end, where you can get all the information in regards to the winners of the contest. And definitely, I like to see more of us here participating the next year as well, and help us to Wikipedia for more information. And I think my page has come. This is the photograph that was the first one. It's from St. John's Church, Sorol, Iran. There was the first winner. This was the first, and I believe this was the fourth from Iran. It was a bazaar. Wakil Bazaar, Siraj, Iran. This came fourth.
Are these real photographs? They look so beautiful.
Yes, sir. That is the reason, sir, they have won the prizes. And I think this one, the 10th, Jameh Mosque, Hamadan, Iran. So these are 3 Iran photographs. So I like to thank Dr. Hamid Mohammed that you have been present here, and I'm very happy to share the news with you. Please share it with your community as well. Though it's publicly announced, the winners are publicly announced on different medias as well. On Twitter, we have on Facebook, we have the website of Wiki Loves Monuments website as well. And I'm very honored that I also was very looking for this particular image. And this image was my favorite, though it came third. It's from Algeria, where two persons you can see on this image. It was so beautifully thought of, and I was very privileged to be one of the jurors. We have around 7 jurors from all over the world judging these photographs, and I was one of the Wikimedian who was there as well. So I'm moving on to my slides once again, and definitely I will get back to all the questions one by one there. And sir, if I am not super fast, please let me know.
No, you are perfect.
Moving to my next slide, thank you, sir. Now I'm talking about wiki clubs, which I was very fortunate to be there as well. Now, wiki clubs are small clubs, just like the physical recreation clubs we have all around the world. We have a lot of them in Kolkata, where I live. Even my one club is there just next to my house, where we have a lot of recreation events. People come to play indoor games, and we have annual sports. We have festivals like the Durga Puja celebrations through the clubs. But Wiki Club is a different clubs to me. I was fortunate to be a winner of a contest, for Wiki contest, and I was there in Armenia, a country which was once a part of USSR, United Soviet Republic. So here I found the Wiki clubs, and I'd like to share a video as well. I will share it with Ramesh sir if we can play it later on. Now, Wiki Clubs actually is a club where you can get students coming up from different part of the country, and they come to learn more about computers, more about translations from their native language to English or English to the native language, and they somehow contributes to Wikipedia. And actually, you will see the photograph there as well. We have children coming up, and they are coming up after their school time to spend time with the Wikimedians. You can see Irani is there, the Wikimedian from Armenia. So actually, 2014 was the year when the Wiki Club was born in Armenia, and now we have 27 of them scattered all around Armenia. And it's, as I mentioned, learning is fun for children because they start learning, because again, there's a problem with accessibility of people having laptops or computers or even internet. So here they come and they have the chance to work on learning computers, translations using dictionaries, online dictionaries that I talk about, because nowadays it's very problem to get one of them. And they learn to edit Wikipedia. They learn how to add, to work on Wiktionary, because they can add from physical dictionary to Wiktionary. They learn how to scan books and contribute to Wikisource. So Wiki Club is a place where actually we are encouraging budding new Wikimedians. Wikimedians actually is a term that we use if you contribute to more than one projects of Wikimedia. So I myself is a Wikimedian rather than a Wikipedian, because yes, anyone? Anyone wants to say something?
No, please go ahead. I think by accidentally,
okay.
Somebody's mic got on.
Okay. So actually, Wikipedians are volunteers. We use these terms if they only contributes to Wikipedia. Though as I or many of them contributes to different projects like Wikipedia, Wikimedia Commons, Wikidata, then we are called as Wikimedians. So I'm a very fortunate, lucky Wikimedian. Moving to my next slide. Here I mentioned that, but wait, there's more. Let's see what is more for us. Wiki bridges the MOOC, the transforming learning that we are all working on. I've been very fortunate to work on several such projects. Now, how Wiki is coming to bridge this gap. Now, as you know, the acronym says the massive open online courses. Now, here how Wiki is coming into the foray. Now, Wikipedia education programs. We have different Wikipedia education programs where we termed as Wiki MOOC. Wikipedia education programs is in more than 60 countries worldwide are happening at this moment. And we need to explore more grounds in terms of getting it more famous in India, because already, as I said, it's working in Philippines, in Thailand. They're also working on this events, where we are teachers are getting trained to share knowledge online via Wikimedia. MOOC are very active in Argentina, France, Sweden, UK, and Israel. So this actually are coming as we have more educators coming from this country and making the knowledge much more authentic, much more informative, and as an educational resource. Hopefully, I have come to my end of my presentation. Though there are a lot of things we can, I can take more than hours of speaking more about Wikimedia and Wikimedia projects. And definitely, I like to have some workshops done where I can physically show how to edit Wikipedia and work on the different projects. In the meantime, if anyone wants to contact me, please, here's my information. My name is Rajiv Datta. My Telegram ID is Ma Rajowski. That's my username. Actually, every Wikimedian or Wikipedian have a username ID by which we open up the accounts. So that's my ID. You can email me up as marajivdatta@gmail.com. That's my email ID. So thank you for listening to me, and it's my privilege to be here among all the learned educators from all over the world. Thank you.
Okay, that's great, Rajiv. And now we can go ahead with the questions of our colleagues. Dr. Irshad, want to say something?
Ramesh bhai, thank you very much. I am listening with the interest to the speakers, and there are valuable presentations, and I am learning a lot. I am happy to be part of this event, as these are international events and you are always doing this and always organizing seminars, conferences, and so on. And always you are helping and accommodating other people. So one example is of mine. I am thankful to you. Thank you.
Shukriya, shukriya. And in fact, I think you should try this Wiki MOOCs. It is very interesting concept.
Yes, yes, of course.
Okay. So Rajiv, that question that if anybody can make an entry on Wikipedia, how does it make reliable? That universal question. I know many people, they feel about that. So it is good to answer it here.
Yes, definitely. And I'd like to thank the person, I forgot the name of the educator who asked these questions. Though it's been, I've answered this several times, and actually it was once my question as well to different Wikipedians I met before. But actually, yes, how we make Wikipedia with all the information are correct, or how it is authentic. I think, well, as a user, whenever we're using Wikipedia, and if you see anything mistakes, or you feel that this is incorrect, or the information is not there that you're looking for, so I definitely like you to, as I said before, Wikipedia is the only one free platform where anyone and everyone can edit. So that the reasons you can correct the information is there, and for informations whether it's correct or not, we have guards, which often we use the word that administrators, who are 24 hours on every part of the world, where they look for informations which are vandalized or which are fake news nowadays, which we often use this word, or fake informations. We have sometimes vandalism happening on Wikipedia pages, where mostly happens on biographies of international figures, like even it happened with Donald Trump, if I remember correctly. So within seconds, we have administrators who will remove the information which is incorrect, or that's is not visible, or it should not be there. We remove that. So that makes it much more perfect and accurate. And as more and more people are coming up, the Wikipedia are getting much more authentic, and we can still say that it is an educational resource. And we love to have educators come and deliver the knowledge, whatever they have, and make their information free for everyone. So that makes much more viable for Wikipedia.
I remember that once a person, he posted some nasty things on a page on Wiki Educator.
Okay.
And I had informed Dr. Wayne McIntosh about it. And then he told me that don't worry, we can block that IP address also from where it has originated. So, there are checks and mechanisms in place. It can be the person will not be able to do anything again if they, okay.
Sir, in that case, I'd like to tell you one thing is that sometimes Wikipedia is also works on ethics. Definitely, we have some ethics rules. We cannot, you cannot be going and work for. You need to be very neutral when you are giving information with regards to anyone, and that might have sometimes been a turnaround for Wikipedia because it has been blocked several times in Turkey, in China, it's blocked. But Turkey has removed their blocking, and now it is open for Turkey people to get information from Wikipedia. So, as a Wikimedian, I like to say that yes, there are informations which are incorrect, or they are people might be thinking about the authenticity or the information value of it. But still, there are professors, there are educators all around the world who are utilizing these informations, and they're writing day by day, so that makes much more perfect. And it's not too far where we can use Wikipedia as one of the main source of education resource.
Wonderful.
Any other questions?
Okay. Dr. Ranjani says that she prefers Wikimedia for definitions. Good, very good. Please explore all these platforms. They are wonderful things. Friends, more questions? And I will request Professor Raghu and Dr. Douglas. And maybe since Hamid and Irshad, they both are there, they can also switch on their camera. Okay, over to you, Professor Raghu.
Thank you, sir, Professor Sharma ji, for introducing three giants today in this for today's session. Vice Chancellor and educator from Iran, and what else? I consider Google is the grandfather and Wikipedia is the godfather for all our endeavors. And education is a process bringing the people from well to world. And Wikipedia is the one, a catalyst in this particular endeavor. And today we have celebrated Holi throughout our country. Is a festival of colors. And you have explained about all the shades of Wikipedia, not sisters. They are the shades, all colors. Even we do not know about all those shades till your presentation. It is a wonderful presentation, and there are many things to happen with Wikipedia, can be further improved, as mentioned by our Iran friend Habib, and it can penetrate to the rural and even tribal part also for the development. And of course, Professor Sharmaji and myself always worrying about sustainable development. And for sustainable development, we need to improve and enrich the present system of technology in the form of new technologies. So Rajiv, thank you very much for enlightening us on Wiki. Yes, please.
Sir, I'd like to one more thing is that as I said, it's not just a very short period of discussing more about Wikipedia. We can have months of discussions, and nowadays we have conferences that happens for 2-3 days regards to different Wikipedia projects. That happens. We used to have it in physical, but nowadays due to COVID, we're having it as an online. So I just like to add from the coordinator, sir, is that as you're saying about sustainability, I like to tell you that I, being one of the user group, basically there's a formal group for Wikipedia where volunteers can create a group and they get the affiliation from the Wikimedia Foundation. So I am one of the co-founder of a group called Wikimedians for Sustainability Development. So where we are working on different sustainability projects regards to carbon footprints. Even we have a lot of debates about using the aeroplanes for our different physical conferences, how we can use green servers for Wikimedia projects, because as you know, there are so many of contents, we need to keep them on servers. Now we have asked the Wikimedia Foundation is also working on getting those servers. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's a
the
great
one.
news. That's a great news.
So we're working on servers as well, so green servers as well. So Wikimedia Foundation is also looking to how we can make sustainable improvements. That's the reason we are paperless nowadays, because if you're online, you are paperless. You don't need books nowadays. You can use Wikipedia as a source instead of using books or cutting trees to get papers.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Definitely, we will be in touch with you, and require we will take all help from you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And sir, one more information I'd like to add is that we have a program called Wikipedians for Wikipedians in Residence. It's called WIR, where Wikipedians are getting connected with different universities, where they work with universities to not only to teach, I will not use the word teach, just to explore areas where how Wikipedia and a particular university can work together, making all the university contents, the teachers, their courses much more oriented basis with new of the new trends of the softwares. So we have the options. So if you're interested, definitely you let us know that how we can collaborate further with different universities from all around the world. We're doing it with several of our Wikipedians are working with different universities, and where they're helping the universities, even libraries as well, so that we can have a sustainable development, keeping all our informations in one place.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I think Professor Raghu should talk to Krishna Mohan Garu, registrar, and you see he's very positive person. So I hope that some sort of collaboration can happen.
Yes,
here.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because Professor Sharmaji and all other distinguished guests, my appeal is throughout the globe, the highest human resource is available in education. Unfortunately, we are not properly making use of it. We, in the sense, the academia, leaders of academia. And this particular endeavor, though it is begin with very small number, we would like to go in a big way, because we don't know when this pandemic, the stalemate for pandemic happens. We don't know. That is the reason why I am trying, with the help of eminent personalities like Sharma and now Rajiv and Harshit and Madam, and all these people should come together onto a single platform to mitigate, because several things may happen than the conventional teaching, than the online teaching. We need to orient our student friends towards this, and solutions are always there. Problems can be addressed by enlightening our student friends on solutions. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
So thank you, Rajiv. Thank you, Dr. Hamid and Irshad Bhai, Salam. Thank you so much, because due to you, we were able to listen to Professor Shahida ji. So great. And friends, have a nice evening. Enjoy and see you tomorrow. Last 2 days, we are going to study Moodle. So do join us to understand about that wonderful learning management system. And again, as Rajiv is a promoter of open educational resources, yes, please go ahead,
Rajiv. Do we forget to have a group photo, everyone? If they want to have their camera on.
Yes.
Friends,
always happen with Wikipedia. We do have a photo.
Yeah.
If everyone wants to have their camera open, please do that. Go ahead. It's not mandatory. It's a request. If you can
Yeah, those who are comfortable, kindly switch on your.
रमेश भाई मुझे भी शेयर कीजिएगा फोटो.
बस अभी चल पड़ी आपकी तरफ. Very good.
Thank you, friends, for your
Thank you.
participation on this holy day. Tomorrow we'll have same session at 4 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye bye, everyone.
Okay.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone. Take care. Thank you.
Bye bye.